Literature guides. Do we use them or do we not use them? Now, although they are not necessary, they are a great tool to help develop critical thinking skills and also build vocabulary. So today I'm going to show you a variety of different companies that have them and how you can use them, and give you a peek inside so that you can determine, oh, I like that one better than this one, or maybe this isn't for me. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started. Now, as we look at all of these teacher literature guides, we want to make sure that the study guide or the literature guide doesn't give too much of the book away. There's not a lot of busy work in there. We want it to be simple and to the point, have strong vocabulary, maybe one or two literary themes or devices, have meaningful activities, and give quality questions. So let's take a peek inside and see what we're working with. Let's take a look at The Witch of Blackbird Pond. This one is very, very thin. Let's take a look and see. The name of the company is Troll Book Buzz Teacher Guide. So this one is more of a teacher guide, but let's see what it has. Before reading, during reading. Chapter summaries, interesting. Some activities, a few workbook pages, and that's it. So definitely this is more of just a teacher guide to use. However, this may suit your needs. Let's take a look at this one, a little bit more extensive. Teacher created materials. Has a little bit of everything. So we have a recipe that goes along with the book, geography if you needed that, back to excellent questions. Okay, some candle making, but we have the questions again, answers in the back. Look at that. Okay, so this is from page 12. I guess you had to, let's see, I guess draw it out. And you can choose to do that extra activity or not. All right, let's look at the vocabulary list for this one. Should be in the front somewhere here. Look at the vocabulary list and let's see if these are some strong words. I like it. All right, so one of these may suit your needs if you want something a little simpler or something a little bit more extensive that has a little bit of everything in there and doesn't give too much away and that sort of thing. Let's look at another. This one I'm going to show you because we just finished it because of Winn Dixie. So it's the same company as this one. I thought it was excellent. So what we did was some of the quizzes I printed out and had my daughter fill it out on paper, and some I did out loud. And we did skip pretty much all of the activities just because she really wanted to move on and choose something else. And so that's what we did with that one. However, we're probably gonna have a party just like they did at the end of the story. We also watched the movie. So I'm gonna give this literature guide a thumbs up. So a lot of these are older literature guides, and there's a lot of companies that have newer ones these days. I think Memoria Press does. Seven Sisters curriculum, I believe, as well, has literature guides out there. So there are so many these days. I know Teachers Pay Teachers has excellent ones. I've been looking at one for an upcoming book that we're going to be reading, written by just fantastic writers in the teaching community and homeschooling community. So don't think it's just limited to, you know, what you see here. Now this one, definitely, there's not a lot of fluff, lots of discussion questions. This one is really good. We do have a few activities over here. Okay, here we go. Grade level 5 to 8. There you go. Whereas I think this one I was using for my 6th grader. Okay, 5th and 6th, because we started the book over the summer. This one, I would feel, just depending on your child, you could probably even use some of these things for a 4th grader, just depending on your child's level. All right, so this one, definitely, I could even see using this with my 9th grader, depending on the story. So, all right. There you go with this company. Looks like in the back it has a few extra things. Okay, let's take a look at another one. This one, now I printed some of this off of the internet. All right, I just needed a little something. I already had the book. All right, I found some vocabulary pages online, but then I said, you know what? I'd like to go a little bit deeper. So I just got something to, I don't know, kind of get me by, but it has been wonderful. And we are actually doing this as a read aloud. Yes, as a family read aloud, we are doing this with my 6th, 7th, and 9th grader, and it's been tons of fun. Let's jump into this one, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Milliken. Haven't decided which of these literature guides I'm going to be using yet after we finish the ones that we are currently using, but at least, like I said, just wanted to dive in and do a flip through to show you. This one has a background, author and all of that stuff. Pretty lengthy. Oh, and then it just jumps straight to the chapters. Oh, and questions. So this is simple. Straight to the point. Vocabulary. And so once again, depending on your student and what they can handle and what they can take, I would say that this was, I mean, first of all, the story, you may want to wait till they're in 6th or 7th grade, but there are some 4th and 5th graders, believe it or not, that I've known to have read this story, and there is no fluff in this literature guide. No fluff at all. Here's some vocabulary words. So you might want to take that into consideration as well. Maybe your child likes the extra activities that we're going to be seeing here shortly. So keep that in mind, all right? Keep that in mind. This is just straight to the point, discussion questions, and that's it. All right, and this is the Milliken Company, Exploring Literature, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. All right, let's take a look at this. Once again, we have the teacher-created resources, and then we have this one, Portals to Reading series. So we know about this one. Let's take a look at this one. So we have the story in brief, okay, so it doesn't give too much away. Changing short vowels. Vowels, compounds, base words. So this looks like it has a lot of grammar in there. Oh, following directions. Interesting. Remembering details. Look at that. So this is more, I think, of, reading skills through literature. This is a little different. Didn't notice that. But it could still be helpful for you. Still be helpful. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so we know what we get with this company. All right, let's take a look at some more. Okay, so here we have the sign of the beaver and one study guide and another. So let's check out the major differences, all right? So again, I think this one, for example, oh, there's a recipe, all right? This one has worksheets, but it also has additional activities, I guess, to do, all right? Like this one says build a cabin. It dives into history and geography. Talks about fishing and making a diagram. All right, there has some science and health. All right, here's a web on the back. All right, homes and nature, another quiz, that's fine. Has some math, talks about community, being adult. I know, and because of Winn Dixie, they have a whole page on disabilities, right? And so I just think that this particular company, they have, like they say here, curriculum connections, vocabulary, critical thinking, tests. It has quizzes, and it also has extra activities to, I guess, make it more interesting. When I look at this one, I think this one is more, let me give you something about the author, let me tell you something about the book, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, that's what I see the difference is. So we have the tests and the quizzes after the chapters, and that's pretty much it. And that's totally fine. So this one is a little bit more straight to the point, I guess you can say. And so these are two different companies that you can look into depending on what you like and what your needs are. All right, let's look at another. Let's take a look at these two. Okay, so right away, it has this. So that's cool. Oh, there's the poster. All right, but let's go to the beginning. All right, let's see what's in here. I like that the characters are laid out. I like that a lot. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, here's your vocabulary. Questions to talk about. Look at that. I do like this, and it has some social studies built in there. But once again, you know what? There's not a lot of fuss in here. It's pretty to the point, I think. So not a lot of fluff and extra activities, which is fine. Simple, so it has some strong vocabulary, a few literary devices and themes, and it's done. So this is by Scholastic Literature Guide. And then let's look at this one. Okay, here we go. So far, it's just giving simple backgrounds and everything. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. It looks like this one's gonna be pretty simple. All right, there are no fluffy pictures in here. Straight and to the point. Editing checklist. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Okay, a creative thinking page here. Another one over there. I would definitely say that this is suited. Let's see if it says it, but I would say, depending on your student, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade for sure. I have many more literature guides that I can share with you. If there is a particular book and a literature guide that you would like to see, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.